Hi there. Welcome to the Metabolism mini course. This is episode one. I'm so excited you're here. Today, we are talking about how to build a balanced plate so you actually are eating enough, but of the right foods, of course. So, you are here because you want to lose weight, you want to reduce that belly fat, you're maybe losing 10, 20 plus pounds. You maybe feel like you're trying to do everything and you don't know what to do, or maybe you're doing all the things right, but you're still not seeing weight loss progress. Okay. Today, I'm going to talk to you about balanced meals. I want you to know this is not a diet. This is how you build your meals so that they actually fuel you. So you're eating enough so you can actually see results, right? We're going to keep this easy. So you don't have to track anything. You don't have to weigh your foods out, but you do need the right types of foods. There are 4 types of foods. We're going to talk about them today. You'll get a copy of this, but I'll be referring to this. So we'll start with protein. Protein right here. It is the building block for so many processes. Yes, muscle building. Yes, healing, all the things, right? We also need carbohydrates. We need them for energy. Yes, we include carbs. You need to include the right amounts and the right kinds of carbohydrates. We also need healthy fats and oils. It's important for joint lubrication, your brain health, hormone health, super important in perimenopause, all the things. And importantly, you need to include produce. That's fruits and veggies. Veggies don't usually get mentioned when people talk about macros, but I think that's a mistake. We really need veggies. We need a lot of them, not only for fiber, we feel full. It helps rebuild our gut, our healthy gut. And yes, you got to poop regularly too, right? We get to talk about all these things. All right. So, why does a balanced plate matter? Let's chat about that. So, a lot of people come to me and they say, oh, I'm eating clean, but I'm still exhausted. Or I feel like I'm snacking all day and I'm just always hungry and I never feel full. Or maybe you're crashing later and at the end of the night, you're like in the pantry eating all the chips in the pantry, just going at 9 p.m., going crazy, right? Sometimes you are eating too much of the wrong foods. Maybe you're not eating enough of the right foods. So when we talk about a balanced plate, it is sending the signal to your body that you are fed, your body feels supported, it feels a lot calmer and less stressed out and not in panic mode. All right. So let's talk about how to build a balanced plate in the right portions. That's really key for you. Okay. So every meal is going to get 4 things. Okay. It's going to get protein, it's going to get veggies, it's going to get carbs, carbohydrates, and it's going to get fats. So when you count your macros, you're only counting 3, but we're adding veggies on there because they're super important too. All right, so let's talk about carbs for a second. I know a lot of people say we don't include carbs, but yes, we do. We're not cutting carbs. We're not cutting out an entire food group. That's maybe going to work for a couple weeks, but it's not going to work for you for the long term. Okay. So a reminder about what everything is, because I want you to pay attention to this because I want you to actually include it, right? We need protein at every meal. Protein is what keeps you full, keeps you steady. It helps your body do all of the essential processes it needs to. So, some examples for you: eggs, chicken, turkey, beef, fish, beans, Greek yogurt. Those are some good examples. So, I'll give you a visual of how much to include. So, you could take about a cup. You could also measure about the size of your palm. That's pretty good for most people. Okay. Now, note to self, a protein bar does not count as protein. So I'll talk about that later on. All right, let's talk about veggies. Veggies for number 2. Why do we need veggies? So yes, we need veggies also to help fill ourselves up. It helps aid in digestion. We need the color. Eat the rainbow, right? So some examples for you: spinach, leafy greens, broccoli, peppers, zucchini, salad mixes. There are so many veggies, so many different veggies. You don't need to live off of salad, but you do need to include them regularly. All right. So, part number 3, carbs. This is the energy that your body uses, the quick energy, so you don't crash in the afternoon or in the evening. Carbs are definitely not the enemy. I hear this all the time. They are fuel for your body. They give you the energy so you can reduce the brain fog, you can think clearly. When you are ready to move your body, you have the energy and you don't feel wiped and exhausted by the end of the day. Okay. So some examples: rice, potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. Oats, fruit. Fruit is a carb. Sugar, right? So that's a carb. So what happens when we avoid these, right? Then we start to get the afternoon crashes. Maybe in the evening as you're falling asleep, you're wired but tired, your brain is just going and it won't turn off. How much do we need to eat, right? We want to make sure we're eating the right kinds, but that we are getting enough. Again, it's about a cup, maybe a half a cup. That's about a cupped hand. And lastly, number four, we need fats, whether that's healthy fats, oils. They lubricate your joints. They're good for your brain. They're really good for your hormones. And if you're in perimenopause, you want to balance them. But just because fats contribute to fat, we don't stop. That's not how that works, right? Yes, you might want to lose fat, but we still need to eat fat. So that's a big misconception that I hear is like, I don't want to eat too many fats. However, you do need the right kinds and the right amounts of fats, just like you do for all of the other food groups. All right, talking some examples for you. Olive oil, avocado oil, or avocado as the whole food. Grass-fed butter is a good one. Nuts, seeds, all of these are good. How much do you eat? So a thumb size is a pretty good portion. Maybe about a tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons is another good portion size if you need to measure it out. Okay. So we will get back to building a plate. Okay. And I'll give you an overview of what this looks like. Reminder, protein, veggies, carbs, fats. It will include all of these things. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to do an overview. When you are eating a balanced plate like this is all of the quality food that your body needs. It's not overeating. This is fueling your body, supporting your body so that you don't feel like you're running on fumes. You feel like you are actually full and it's getting you the nutrients that your body needs. These are the kinds of foods that we actually want to see on your plate. I would say at least 80% of the time. More on that coming up in one of the future episodes of the Metabolism mini course. All right, so I have one action step for you today. Just start building meals this way. It really is easy. Just take this information and implement it and put it into your routine. All right, so in the description below, I've dropped a link to my balanced meals checklist. It will include this paper, so you have it. It'll have a checklist of everything you need to get started so that you can start feeling more energy and you can start fueling your body, which means that scale is going to move. That belly fat is going to start going down when your body feels supported and it's getting the nutrients that it needs. Simple, super easy way to get started. I can't wait to see you for episode 2 of the Metabolism mini course. Make sure to check back in for that one as well.